Vertex of abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Aquarius, so that would make this a seventh house event. We're a little late. I've been short on time lately, so we're doing these live instead of recorded, which I prefer to do. The challenge with that is there needs to be planning, and there was other things going on. I prefer the recorded ones because I can do extra things with those. These to me are rather limited, and I haven't been able to work out the sound. I'd need to hardwire the sound in. I prefer to do Bluetooth so I can move around. So just bear with me. And it's midday. I live in a busy district, so it's a lot more quiet at night unless, well, it's business and entertainment district, so it's hit or miss. But I have a lot of the sound cancellation, and right now with the sound, you'll pick up background noise, and it's like midday, so I apologize. Okay, why don't we get in here, fit in here, and see what's going on. I didn't check the transits for the transiting moon, so why don't we go ahead and do that now? I do have it pulled up here, or so I thought. So this is between the 17th and the 19th for the transiting moon in, what is that? Aquarius. And so we're going to have a trining of Jupiter, Mars, and a squaring of Uranus with an opposition of Mercury, the Sun, and a conjunct of Pluto. So it starts out with this Pluto conjunction. That just means that we're going to wake up to either hidden power or we're going to have insights and intuition of power. See, the thing about the seventh house, especially during Leo, it talks about the collective. That's this other person. So we're really talking about our relationship to source and our relationship with the all that is, okay? And we're going to come up against it because that's an opposition point. Seventh house is an opposition point. That's why it talks about open enemies. What I've been gathering thus far is that there's been a lot of opposition going on in the background, but we've yet to become aware of it. So that's what's going to happen over these next few days. We're becoming aware of conflict that we so have you. I think we're going to start giving names to things because that's the moon conjunct Pluto. You know, it's really more of our intuition letting us know that there's a conflict. And these conflicts tend to be pretty deep, pretty powerful, or pretty long standing. So we're going to have to combat that and confront that in some kind of way. Why don't we go ahead and lay the base of the pyramid here? Yeah, so there is until like one kind of thing happens. And that's Pluto. Pluto is the most powerful energy in the universe, not really on Earth. The earthly energy is Saturn in terms of most powerful. It just means that the powers that be, Pluto, powers that be. Pluto talks about power struggles, if that makes any sense. So we also have like a divine assist, but it's some kind of, it's like a synergistic energy, which means the situation or the circumstances are created that lend towards the expansion of understanding our own power, but it comes to having to confront something, which is other people's minds, other people acting, other actors, other people around in the situation, you know, kind of like too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing. We're also going to be dealing with this other beings themselves. So there's a lot of people that are coming up against us with something to say, something to do, something that they want. There's a lot of actors acting upon not us per se, but what we got going on, which is the illumination, the enlightenment, the awakening, the coming out and being free. You know, as we go about our day, as we go about our life, navigating down the path towards our spirit, karma, life path, destiny, people are going to have things to say. And it's not always going to be to our face. However, this is kind of an energy where we do have to worry about or deal with the people trying to say things to our face or whatever that looks like. So, you know, we're going to learn about this right now. Really, we're stepping into our galactic sovereignty, our God sovereign free self, meaning we're becoming a celestial citizen, or we're taking our place in the heavenly body. The seeds have been planted for quite some time, multiple years, about, you know, entering, stepping into the 5D, and we're going to start to anchor that material reality here in the physical. Wait. Nope, not yet. Yeah, so we're going to need to move with love here. It's saying that's just something along these lines here. We're probably dealing with somebody that has their moon in Sagittarius and sun in Gemini, but we're also very technically dealing with a either Cancer sun or a Libra rising here, because honestly, we're beginning to make moves that affect our eternal life. We're beginning to move towards our galactic sovereign self. And that's not going to make sense for the people still here left behind in the low vibration, the late adopters to this new vibration of reality. We're going to look like we're acting strange to them, probably because they're also materialistic. So they've also been manifesting out of our energy. Maybe it's good things. Maybe we've been contributed to some type of institution, whether it's a business, whether it's a family legacy, with this King of Cups and Death card here. We can be dealing with a Aquarius rising. We can be dealing with a Scorpio sun. There's a lot of monitoring spirits around too, so there's eyes on us is what that means. Somebody here has their moon conjunct Venus, especially if it's either in the seventh house or they are a Aries rising, Libra moon. That would make a Libra moon. So we have Aries rising, Aquarius rising. So we have Aries rising, Aquarius rising. My mind just went blank. There's nothing else that I can come. I know I said one more. It's not coming through. Yeah. So some people are going to feel left out because we're moving forward, leaving them behind. But also, it's even deeper than that because they're feeling some kind of way. Their mind is going crazy because we're not acting in ways that are recognizable to them, meaning we're acting different. It's really that we've changed it up as far as they're concerned because they're kind of small and basic, but we're becoming more dynamic, more effervescent. And they're kind of staying static, which also refers to the status quo. So we're evolving at a speed faster than them. So eventually we'll be leaving them behind. It's just how that kind of works. And we have a triple 10 here. So when there's three tens, it means that you're culminating a cycle, but it's expansive. And it's very, very true. There's a couple cards for expansiveness. The Chariot is one of them. It's here. The Wheel of Fortune is one of them. And the World card is one of them. So we have two of the three expansion cards, at least in the major arcana. Eight of Wands would be the minor. Whenever you have a heavy Mercury energy, that would talk about it too. So Mercury is hidden in the Chariot as well. Um, and Mercury is kind of like a, you know, it's a very dependent energy. So the pages are that too, dependence. And so we have a couple pages out as well. So there's something here about We were new, we were young, we were fresh, we were neophyte, we were novice, we were unawakened, unhealed, or unaware at some time, and that's shifted. That's different. It's no longer the case, and people around us are like, okay, well, what? Okay, well, what? Well, that means you're dependent, and I actually think you're upset with me and my healing because, to be honest, like if you like me in my unhealed state and now you don't want to deal with me because I'm healed, or now you're trying to manipulate me because I'm healing, it means we always had a toxic relationship because you were benefiting from me being unhealed, unawakened. You were benefiting from me being harmed. You're benefiting from me hurting. You're benefiting from me suffering. And now that I'm choosing to be bigger, brighter, and better, you feel some kind of way about it because you no longer get to profit and benefit. That's a problem for you, boo. Not me. I don't know how to help you with that. So this is the Ace of Cups here. Un de copa. What does that mean? Yeah. So other people are trying to get us to be timid. They're trying to get us to leave behind our hopes, wishes, and dreams. They don't want us to leave the swamp. That's what's happening with Infanta de Bastione. Here's the Princess of Wands. That's the page. You know, they don't want us to move on, move forward. They don't want us to, in the future, move into the sweet little spot here with the Four of Wands. What does that mean? So they've sowed seeds of our demise, Seven of Pentacles. That's the evil seed. Because they were benefiting out of us, but that wanted us to stay in the box and be conditioned. They wanted us to be stuck on stupid. Uh, that's disappointing. Let me tell you why. Because they want us timid. They don't want us to get bigger than our station. They don't want us to outgrow the current conditions on our life. And honestly, like I don't like that energy where somebody's around us and they're like, "Oh, I know who you are. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're fixing to do." I'm sorry. I'm not obligated to be who I was 5 days ago, 5 weeks ago, let alone 5 minutes ago, 5 seconds ago. So what is this? I'm entitled to change. I'm entitled to evolve. I'm entitled to grow. And if you're trying to keep me stuck on stupid or small, uh, yeah, see the Empress. That's what they don't want us to do. Again, this is one of those stratification energies that the Empress, the World card, the Star card, the Eight of Cups is when we're beginning to be unreachable to this person or place or thing or whatever. It's the Eight of Cups happens on our side when we begin to leave the swamp, when we begin to leave things behind. Um, you know, with somebody else, it's when they had the opportunity to make a confession and they didn't. With us, it's when we are detaching. Really, withdrawing is the word. When we're withdrawing, Four of Cups is detachment, Eight of Cups is withdrawal. So we're beginning to withdraw our energy from something. We're beginning to pull our cards back, maybe hold them close to the chest. We're really getting them from the table, probably because love no longer being served. But it means we're not getting our needs met. That's what it means ultimately. And there's some aspect about that this other energy, whether they be a person, place, or thing, doesn't like. It's really not our problem. So, see ya, don't want to be ya. That's what that is. And, somebody's here quibbling and quabbling about it. Isn't it weird that they complain because they're not getting what they want? But this whole time they had access to us, right? This whole time they let us be unawakened. They let us be unhealed. They let us be unaware. They didn't say, hey, honey, hey, sweetie, darling child, don't you see there's a bigger and brighter and better here? Can I encourage you? Can I invite you to this other little option? I just want to know if you've considered it before. I don't actually know if you're making the most informed choice. Why would we ever want to be in a relationship, in an environment, surrounding place, location where we're not living and not being our best self? Even worse, when the other party is fostering us being at a debilitated situation. So I'm not exercising all my options. I'm not at my highest vibrational outcome. I'm not living my biggest, brightest, best life. I'm not being my best self. And you like that? You enjoy that? What is this? What is this? Okay, so that was the plan and the agenda, and it's backfiring for them. I bet you there's going to be a Mars here. Yeah, something is, it's no Mars here, but see, we're growing different than they thought we were going to grow. That happens sometimes. We were groomed, is actually the correction that I was just given. We were groomed. Seeds were planted, Seven of Pentacles, for us to grow into some certain type of thing, Page of Pentacles. And really, we made the best of it. Something better happened because it's divine. The divine took over this Four of Wands. It was the perfect environment for us to grow into something that they didn't think about. There was a variable here they never considered. Yeah, so we found the promised land, and since they were so cold and calculating with a heart unopened, Regina de Spade, the Queen of Swords, with a heart unopened, see, they were all in their mental. See them holding a decapitated head there. They were all in their mental, so they didn't come at it from the heart. That's what's up. They didn't approach us with love. They came at us with some militaristic strategy. And so now they're sitting there keeping on hanging on to some shred and thread of hope that's never going to come because they're not living in their heart space. We secured something they never thought. We didn't stay suppressed like they thought we would. So they were sitting there in some kind of spot thinking that they can rule, lord over, preside over, speak over our lives, and that's not what happened. We actually are maintaining some high ground here that they never were able to imagine. They were never able to foresee this coming. Oh my gosh. Poor babies. Yeah, so this spot that they thought they were sitting in, we actually were able to reclaim. Energetically at first, it'll happen in the physical. Yeah, because we grew. Didn't matter what they did to us. We grew, we came up, we moved forward. Yeah, and so this was a betrayal. Um, Five of Swords is a betrayal. It's out of love and hate too. And so we have the devil here too. So we were the angels trapped in darkness. This is okay. That's what really it was. We had really an open enemy. Five of Swords is the open enemy. Ooh. Okay, that's way too many cards. Okay, well, this is from the other side. Oh, no, we got to read that down. Okay, so the other side thought they had a mark. I don't know what that is. I don't even want to know. I'll go two at a time. So this is the rule of lesser magic. They need to tell us two options and convince us to take the lesser one. And that's what happened, but it was only for a minuscule moment. Five of Swords is a very short-lived victory because it was never a win-win from the beginning. And you cut off your nose to spite your face. So you'll win, but you damage yourself during the win. And we were coming authentic with our heart, and they were just resting in their laurels here with that Nine of Pentacles. And something blew up. This is a backfire. So now they're restricted because they got caught up with something. They're caught by the truth of who we are, what we're about. And so they're trying to stand their ground, being entitled whatever, Nine of Wands. But see, Page of Cups has an open heart and God always receives God's favor. So now there's terms and conditions. They were coming at us for so long in a very specific way. They're not able to change it up because their heart was never going to be open. And maybe in the beginning there was some type of authentic adoration or affection, but when you let darkness fester in your heart, it can very quickly close your heart. Like jealousy and envy and greed, those are the things that turn a good heart bad very quickly. And so that's what happened. We're getting a lot of cards here of like celestial summon, celestial prison. So this person cursed themselves because we were trapped and tortured in the dark. We had a dark journey of the soul, so we confronted those things that go bump in the night. They might have trapped us in some kind of pinned us down or left us in a sunken place. But since we went to the depths of our soul and confronted what was alive in them, we gained things that they can never gain because when they're left alone with themselves, when they have to face who they really are, they're not actually able to do that. And we were left alone, so that was all we were able to do. And when we did that, we realized that we didn't need to stay in this place that we were at or stay connected to this person that we were with. And that was what they never expected. They expected us to keep on keeping on and hang on and stay stuck, attached. Okay. So now they're getting rejected, and now everything's out in the open, so we don't want them, or we don't want it doesn't have to be a person. We're kind of bored. Four of Cups is like it's bored, but it's also like when things are underwhelming or uninteresting, or where we're unbothered, or things are uncompelling. You know what I mean? It's another word for lukewarm, tepid, placid, or flaccid, flaccid, if you understand what I mean. Um, and with this energy, it's saying like, okay, we made some investments here, but we're going to leave them behind. Eight of Cups. We planted some seeds, made some investments. Seven of Pentacles, but we're going to leave it behind because, again, Four of Cups is the detachment. Eight of Cups is the withdrawal. So not only have we withdrawn our energy, our give a damn is busted. So we have a barren field of fucks here. It is what that means. But we're very generous with this barren field. They're free to pick any that they like. And, if they like that field so much, why don't we just go ahead and deed them the title to our barren field of fucks and move on about our business, Eight of Cups. And that's actually what we're going to do. We're going to swap ownership here because they're going to get what they wanted, which was our heart space, but there's nothing there for them. Ten of Swords, Two. So we're going to go ahead and switch places with them because they're all gung-ho and crazy, and we're going to let them. That's the way to preside over, lord over, speak over as they wanted to do. So now you get a bunch of nothing. You get exactly what you get. You're going to get what you want, but you get in what you put out, and they didn't realize that. They thought they could make fictitious or phony or false investments. But, it was never diamonds. It was just shards of glass, and so that's what they're getting. Um, and they didn't understand, like, even though we were dainty and demure, and we were like receptive, we weren't the alpha that goes out. There is an alpha that the alpha feminine is different than the alpha masculine. The alpha feminine doesn't spend her time chasing after things. The alpha feminine can set the scene, set the tone, and allow those things to come. Why? Because you have boundaries and standards. When you have the ability to choose, you also have the ability to say no. And that wasn't what they anticipated. They continued to need our buy-in because that's the rule of lesser magic. We have to give permission. We have to give power over to. They never thought we would grow up. They never thought we would recognize. They never thought we would learn. They never thought we would say no. They never thought we would be willing to walk without them, to turn away and withdraw our energy. And that's what happened. So now there's a bigger, brighter, and better. We've restored our destiny by returning to our spirit, karma, life path destiny. We putting ourselves back on the path. So now we can think about bigger and brighter and better. And what is this bigger, brighter, and better? Yeah, okay, so they never thought we'd go inside and find soul's wisdom. They never thought we would learn to rely on ourselves. That's what happens with the toxic person. They always think that we're going to be that they're going to be the center of our world. Okay, so this is strength, courage, and wisdom. We have emotional fortitude here. Yeah, so they were very happy because they found the perfect victim. But here's the deal there. They didn't realize how cutthroat we were because we really were trusting on ourselves the whole time. But we had a loving heart, an open heart. We tried to give them access to our heart chakra, Queen of Cups, Six of Swords. And they did the most. We gave them a little inch, Two of Wands, and they decided to take a whole mile, Eight of Wands. And so this is what they got. They got trapped in purgatory here, Ten of Wands. They made a lot of karmic causes. They drove all over us. They rode all over us, stepped all over us, and that's what they get what they get. So now they may not even recognize it yet because the moon has some hidden things, but they're at the gate to hell. That's what they got. And it's thoroughly confirmed by that Ten of Wands as well. Okay, so this is demon fire. We know for sure. Okay, so they're demonic. When they're left to their own devices, they're going to be boring, basic, or demonic. Five of Wands. Left to their own devices, Nine of Pentacles here, Nova Denari. And so we have Regina Denari. So they should have realized that we were a golden goose. They should have realized that they should have gave us love. Two of Cups. They should have worked with us. They should have been open and honest, saying like, "Hey, you got the goodies. You got that good. You got the goat here. How can I honor you, praise you? How can I make sure you're getting your needs met? How can I make this a mutually beneficial nourishing needs exchange? That's not what happened. So it's a wrap. Because what's happening for us is that we're out from underneath this hellish condition, Ten of Wands death card. There's a transformation here. We're deciding to go in a different direction altogether, Two of Wands. And we've already seen our shifts coming in. We've seen the light, Three of Wands. We're no longer ignorant to our own nature, to our own power, to our own options here. Somebody else wanted us to be dependent on them the whole time, and it's not actually going to happen. And it's going to take them a little while longer to stop, holding on so much because they're obsessive and compulsive. Eight of Wands. So yeah, it's coming at them hard right now, or fast at least. That we're independent. We don't need them. We're unto ourselves. Nine of Pentacles. They're going to get the message eventually. Eight of Wands. Remember I was saying with Mercury energy? I was saying something about that earlier. Eight of Wands and the Eight of Wands has come out twice. Eight of Wands, Magician. With the Five of Cups, yeah. So now they're feeling remorse. Maybe even some regret. They might be grieving, mourning in some kind of way. They're probably depressed. Now, somebody here definitely has Libra energy. A Libra midheaven would make you a Capricorn rising. It could be a Libra moon here with the Two of Swords. Libra card. It could also be a Libra sun. We're in a spot that they can't get to. What they did to us, whatever they did to us, we were loving the whole time. And so they might have made us by being rude and mean to us. We might have figured out who we really are because of what they did to us. And I'm figuring out like they don't want us to leave. We broke out and broke free because we wanted better and we were authentic to our own nature. Yeah, so a Page of Swords. So really, we realized that we have something to offer, and that was a little late message. We were late to getting that message, number one, and number two, they got the message late that they were supposed to be authentic with us. That's not what they did. They were of an opposing mind, Two of Swords. That's unfortunate for them because they were a raider. They tried to ride all over us, walk all over us. And it's probably somebody with great spiritual power. I'm getting Papa Densu here, but I'm also getting that they were in their mind the whole time. They were in their head the whole time, not in their heart. They were not in their heart. That's their problem when they needed to get into the heart. So it's a wrap. It's a transformation for them, and there's not a lot that can be done. Okay, that's the thing. When you're messing with this unnaturally giving person, they will bend over backwards to give to you, and they will go through every single thing they need to do to give to you. And that's the thing. They love and they delight in being giving. So they can survive off the little scraps they receive in return. But when they wake up to the fact one day that your heart was never in it and they were not giving to anything that wanted to give back to them, it doesn't mean that they don't want to give anymore. They just don't want to give to you because they realize that you're a void, vacant, vassalous void. You're vapid. If you feed it, it will eat you. And this is some kind of working. It's some kind of spell or working or candle or root or whatever. The magician and it's Tahuti here. So it's some kind of, that's the mystery. Like this is not something that can be undone. So if somebody's withdrawn their love here, it's not coming back. And see, that's the thing during Leo season. If messages like this come out, see, Leo is one of those signs, like, they're not going to undo whatever position they stand on. They're willing to die on that mountaintop. This is a person that will die for their truth. This is a person that, it's death over dishonor, man. There are people in this world that don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't understand why the trickster energy thinks they can laugh at a person who's authentic. Because the trickster has tricks, the trickster has games, the trickster has cons and schemes, and that authentic person has God. So it's kind of like, dude, you're not enough. Like you're not the thing that. Okay, so whatever work or magic or energy, root or candle that's going on is not going to work anymore. Okay, because this person has confronted the depths of their soul. That chariot and the this is a journey by night. This person can operate in the light and in the dark. And a person who can operate in the dark is choosing to live in the light. That's the person you can't. Evil doesn't work on them. Good doesn't work on them. You have to come at them with the truth, and you have to come at them with love. And it just seems like the opponent, this opposing energy, they're not that way. They're always going to do something backhanded, underhanded. Yeah, see, Seven of Swords. This is a person who's anxious when it comes to being their authentic self. And it came out in reverse. So that's if there's a spell, it would talk about that, or it would talk about some energy that's being projected at us, the watcher of this reading. It would also just talk about some malady. I'm hearing maleficent, so that's a type of spell. Okay, um, it's slipping. Somebody had built up some kind of foundation, and it's slipping out from underneath them. They're falling under the weight of their own causes. Literally, the hole they dug for us is going to turn into their grave, or whatever hole they've dug for themselves. It's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and they can't get out of it. They kept making continual choices again that were not the right ones. This is a series of poor decisions. The Four of Cups and the Two of Wands, because everything's out in the open and led to nowhere, and there are children's rights, so we were innocent here. Okay, with that Sun card and La Stella, we were innocent. They wanted to take from our beauty, they wanted to take from our abundance. They also thought that we were naive and innocent, and they probably tried to change spaces with us. Two of Wands here, especially with, because we have Adishesha here. Look that up. Adishesha. Adishesha. It's the Vahana of Lord Vishnu. But also they're trying to undo their magic and they can't. It's stuck with the Hangman. La Peso here. And again, we've overcome so much. This is the person who's impervious to magic. The Temperance and the Strength card is impervious to magic, especially when the Judgment, the Hangman, or the Fool card has come out. Sometimes even the World card, and we have the Hangman and the Strength card. Oh, and then there's the Judgment card. Okay, so we're an OG witch. We're a born witch. Um, yeah, and actually we have angelic protection here. We have our energy is sealed out from this person. So I've been reading enough. That what did I get? I got that we're dealing with an evil enemy, and it might not be an actual person. Nine of Pentacles. So we're secure in the self. Yeah, spell is lifting. Double eights. And it is magic. It is some type of energetic situation, projection or manipulation. It's lifted. It's broken with this Ten of Swords, and we found our spot. So we're in a situation. We've secured our position. The Emperor. Um, so we went through a cycle here where we were acting out of a disadvantageous position. And we learned some lessons, and so we completed that cycle. Yeah, the truth. We completed that cycle here. Somebody had us in their crosshairs. Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Somebody had us in our crosshairs. We were targeted by somebody, and they got their hands on us in some kind of way. And we gave them access to us with the Two of Cups. We felt connected to them in some kind of way, and we wised up. It doesn't mean that they didn't love us. It meant that the way their love was conditional, narcissistic. I'm gonna say the word toxic. But they could only love us if we were weak. They could only love us if we were needy and dependent. When we were mature and independent and had self-worth and value, the word is self-possessed, meaning self-oriented, self-possessed, self-resilient, self-contained. They couldn't handle that. They needed to be in control. And the moment they realized they were never in control, they started to spiral out of control. And they probably threw more at us and it didn't work, and it compounded their karma. Yeah, because they wanted to keep go. They were attached. Four of Pentacles. They wanted things to stay the same. Yep, Nine of Wands. That's the sign of entitlement, especially with the Three of Swords here. They can't hear the truth. They can't see that the ground is slipping out from underneath them. And again, we're unreachable in some kind of way. We've been quarantined away from them. Four of Swords. And that's this. Okay, we're actually in a place that they can't get to with the World card, Four of Swords. That's what that means. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Take good care, honey. Bye-bye.